Well, three teenage girls are in custody tonight after police say they plan to kill their own mother. And they say that it's all because their mom turned off the Wi-Fi.
Yes, you guys are hearing this right. This story is insane. These kids today are addicted to the internet. How can you try to take out your own mom all because she cut off the Wi-Fi? We're living in crazy times.
It happened overnight on Barker's Crossing near Barker Cypress in northwest Harris County. That's where we find Fox 26's Jade Fleury on this disturbing story. Jade.
Well, fortunately, the Harris County Sheriff's Office says that the teen's mom was not seriously injured after her own daughters tried to stab her with knives. And we spoke with some nearby neighbors who tell us that disturbances happen frequently at the family home.
They're known for that in this neighborhood. There's always cops around that house.
A family dispute turned violent. The Harris County Sheriff's Office says a mother was assaulted by her own teenage daughters for turning off the Wi-Fi. Authorities allege the girls then plotted to kill her. The three teens, ages 14, 15, and 16 years
Wow. Those are babies.
old, accused of grabbing kitchen knives and chasing their mom throughout the house and into the street. A nearby neighbor says they were returning from the rodeo when they saw the family in the driveway. Moments later, the homeowner and her sister heard yelling.
When she got back from the gas station, she says that there was cops outside. They've always, been known as like trouble in this neighborhood, and our neighbors tell us the same thing.
The mother was hit with a brick and the teen's grandmother knocked over while trying to intervene.
Teens, 14, 15, and 16, supposedly assaulting their mother because she turned off the Wi-Fi. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's so crazy. I mean, it just tells how much unstable that family is, and it's very sad for them.
And those three teens were arrested and charged with aggravated assault of a
Good.
deadly weapon.
Good.
Reporting from Northwest Harris County, Jade Fleury, Fox 26 News.
Good. That's a good thing. Because it could have been a lot worse, right? They could have been successful, and hopefully they learn and realize the gravity of their decisions. This is insane. Let's read a few comments here. Top comment says, "I'll literally give custody up and go about my life." Somebody else here says, "It's not about race, it's the generation." Is it the generation? Somebody else here says, "Parents' generation." It's definitely not the parents' generation. It's something with the kids. I think people really minimize the problem that comes with unstable families, and they really minimize the results of the mental state of people within that household. Somebody else here says aggravated assault. That's literally attempted deletion. Y'all better stop letting them iPads raise your kids, because to be that addicted to the internet, it means that they were raised up on that. That is their life. They value the internet more than they value life itself, because they're about to literally delete their own mother.
You guys have heard about the three sisters that chased their mom out of the house with a knife because she turned off the Wi-Fi, right? Now, what I'm curious about is, do these girls know the implications of what they've done? Now, on the opposite side, as the parent, how do you move on from this? Like, do you say, hey, it's my kids, I forgive them, it was the heat of the moment? Or do you send them to the state, press charges, and get them locked up, change your name, and disappear in them forever? See, I'm not a parent, but I know some parents are probably going to see this. So let me know, what do y'all think y'all would do in that situation? Because over the Wi-Fi, your kids are ready to take you out. How would you look at them after that? How
That's a good question. Guys, comment down below. How would you view your kids if you're in this situation?
would you move forward with them? And I know counseling and sitting down with them and talking it out might work, but I'd find that very difficult to trust them after that and go to sleep in that house. Because you're
Right.
always going to be watching your back, because if they were ready for the Wi-Fi,
Right.
what else would they go off about?
Right.
So let me know. What do y'all think about that?
I'll give my take real quick. I think it's one thing if this story was one kid out of three does something crazy. I think more people will be a lot more lenient on the mother. But I do think, including myself, there are going to be a lot of people who are going to look at this and be like, how did all three of you kids come out like that? right? There's a role there that was played from the mom herself. Because all three of you kids were ready to stab you. Because the thing is, I've also seen videos of women talk about regretful parenting. They'll say, I hate my kids. Literally, I've made videos of mothers saying, I hate my children. And the more I accept that for some mothers, that's their reality and their opinion when it comes to motherhood, I'm like, what happens if this might be that situation, right? That's my angle. What happens when those kids grow up and you really didn't enjoy motherhood and you may actually dislike them or maybe even hate them? What happens? Could this be the worst case scenario in that type of dynamic in a household? Let's see what other people had to say. Top comment here says the state will have them because I am not going to be in my home sleeping with one eye open. Here's somebody else who says, I'm a mom and she created this situation before it ever happened. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Somebody else who says the consequences of soft parenting. Here's another person who says, as a parent, there's no forgiving, press charges. Here's somebody else who says they have to go, forgive them, and love them from a distance. Here's somebody else who says, as a parent, I'm signing over my rights. The law can have them. I will never feel comfortable sleeping in that house, and you not going to make me uncomfortable in my own home. And you know, it's different when those are actually your kids, right?
Every child run around acting like they can't live without Wi-Fi, but they actually try to take your mama out the game because of Wi-Fi is wild to me. Like, that's crazy word. These three sisters, not one, but three, all came together and tried to take their mama out the game by Wi-Fi. Like, the mama took the Wi-Fi from them and they almost took her from the world. Listen, three of them, the mama said, you know, they wasn't listening, they being hard-headed, so she was going to take what they love. She unplugged the Wi-Fi and decided she was going to turn it off for a little bit. Them three sisters came together and went to charging at their mother with a knife. And people don't understand how hard it is to try to discipline these day children, because they act like every time you're disciplining them, anytime you put your foot down with them, anytime you're not giving them what they want, anytime they don't feel like you're going above and beyond for them, they act like their life is a HELL. They act like everybody against them. Oh, you hate them. And they got anxiety and they depressed, all because you're putting your foot down. Like, nowadays, if you not your child friend and kissing they butt to get along with them, they act like you the world's worst parent. And it sucks because a lot of moms out here doing it by themselves. But the fact that all three of her children tried to take her out the game by Wi-Fi, get them out my house.
That's the problem though, right? That's what a father's there for. He's there to establish discipline. You will most likely always fail as a woman at establishing discipline within a household. What will happen typically is most likely you'll be too lenient on your children. And those of you who think, let me compensate and go hard, will go too hard. That's that. Of course, guys, I'm curious to know what you think.